Hello. It's been a while. Uh, I'll explain why I was gone later. But anyway, I'm gonna be playing a game called Agrivore because I want to. And yeah, let's throw on that music. It's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's farming. So yeah, you uh, I've seen quite a bit of this game. So you start with this I don't, it's a sword. You start with a sword, you're slicing wheat, and it goes from there. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna cut this one. Don't feel like it. So we're just going to, yeah, enjoy all of this nothingness here. Yeah. Currently I'm upgrading the chance for wheat to spawn, so you'll see, like, as this grass grows back, it has a chance to grow back as wheat or as grass still. And when it first spawns, of course, it's also the same, like, percentage chance. And obviously, this is, I I can't remember what they were called. They're like sun flares, I think, is the name. Uh, and they just kind of sit there and deal damage to crops. And I'm like, there's no reason for me to want to upgrade those because they do just kind of sit there. You know. This could be good. Wheat spawn chance. Gonna go for this. It's right click. Just makes me attack faster for a little bit. That's always fun. Did I even shuffle this one? I didn't. I didn't even shuffle the playlist. Unbelievable. Anyway, over this way is going to be weapon upgrades. Over this way is going to be, well, weapon and then, like, this active ability upgrade. This is going to be, like, secondary weapon upgrades. And this is going to be, like, special. I don't know. Down here starts with a villager. Something really unique about this game, actually I could show you right now, is if we look here, treasury, all of these here, these are basically prestige upgrades. Oh my gosh, that's real zoomed in. All of those are basically prestige upgrades. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, those can upgrade the stuff, and when you prestige, you can actually choose different ones of these. So, like, you could choose to get the bow instead of the sword. You could choose to get garlic or mushrooms instead of wheat. You could choose to get, oh, it's called sunburn. You could choose to get spear instead of sunburn. Stuff like that. So, but for now, it's just this. It's just this. And obviously, since this is like an area of effect thing, it is always valuable to be upgrading the chance of wheat to spawn, because then I can hit more wheat at once, which is technically like doing more damage. Because technically it is more damage. Oh, so anyway, the reason why I was gone, I don't know, maybe I was just lazy, but That is the most likely answer. I forgot about my ability. But that last video came out right after I finished this year of college. So yeah, for one, I had to move back, which meant ripping up my whole computer setup from college. And two, meant that I didn't really have I didn't really have my dorm as like a private space to record, so personally, I think that was one of the reasons that I didn't really start recording more until I was in college, was because, like, I don't know, I was uncomfortable recording just in my room where potentially people could hear me. But anyway, I came back here and second thing is, even after I got back from college, I was actually away for 2 weeks. I was touring with my college's choir, and those upgrades I'm getting are just damage, so nothing too important to talk about there. Anyway, I was touring with my college's choir, for, technically 12 days, but it was basically 2 weeks, and then I got back and I was just like, I don't know, kind of out of my groove, I guess. So, yeah, wheat spawn chance again. Yeah, and then, I don't know, I just kind of procrastinated recording again for like another couple of weeks, and now it's July and I haven't recorded since May. So yeah, this is golden wheat, which you'll see what it does if we see it. I think one just triggered down there under the sunburn. But golden wheat has a chance to spawn, and it gives a couple wheat instead of just one. So, yeah. Basically all there is to that one. I don't need sunburn. Like, I don't know why they have... I guess I do know why, but I don't fully know why they have, like, sunburn DPS, because I know there's ways to increase crop health for more money. I think we get that wheat value for 64. There's ways to increase crop health to make them valued more, but yeah, we're going for that wheat cash. But it's just not worth it right now. This guy, like, a little bit of sunburn DPS for money that I could potentially spend on something that's going to give me a bigger impact. So, you know, like, no, what else? Oh yeah, there was actually one other thing. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my sister had switched. My sister had switched to a new rig for her computer, and so she gave her old computer to me. Took me a while to swap it over because a lot of stuff. Mainly, it was just that I could not find the I could not find the SSD on my old computer. I believe down here, yeah. Extra villagers. 3 more villagers. Which is actually gonna be a lot. Anyway. I couldn't find the SSD on my old computer. Turns out, I had to take the whole motherboard out. Which, you know, great design there. I don't even think that one was a pre-build. I think, I'm pretty sure... It's a very old computer, so I have no idea how it was built. But I'm pretty sure, you know, it wasn't a pre-build. Could not tell you, though. I wasn't there. I was but a mere child. Anyway, I have not seen any golden wheat. Anyway, once I did find it, you know, a lot of this is just laziness. Found it, fitted it into my sister's old computer, figured out how to boot it up, and, ooh, golden wheat. See, it was worth a ton. But anyway, I had to do all of that before I even thought about actually getting my setup put back in my room. So, crop spawn interval. I think more wheat chance right now. But yeah, that's where I've been. So sorry to any of the people who subscribe to my channel from, some of those last couple of videos, and then I just fucking dipped off the planet without a word. Apologies. But, you know. I should probably save up for value. It starts off slow, but I'm telling you it does get faster. Oh, wait. I'm so dumb. I forgot one thing. You can up the game speed. Oh, no. Which, you know, is... It's kind of like having a built-in ADHD mode. Where, like, you're not getting as much per thing, but... Look at how many things are happening. And they're happening faster. 10% there. I should have been upgrading this a long time ago. I've never seen I think this would be considered an incremental. Yeah, this is an incremental game. But I've never seen a game like this where you could just up the game speed. Well, I mean, Obviously, there are games where you can just up the game speed, but not an incremental game. I've never seen that type of thing before. But, you know, if I just want to start playing faster, I can do that, which I will be doing, because I cannot be bothered to play at normal speed. As much as I would definitely love to sit here for hours. Actually, I don't even know how long this game is, so I could be sitting here for hours, could be sitting here for who knows how long. Definitely get that golden wheat chance. Yeah, I think right now I should just be focused on getting more value out of the wheat that I have. I hope... Hold on. I just need to... Yes, okay. I just realized I never checked whether I, like, balanced... Well, obviously I did, but I didn't... Since I started recording, I never checked if I had balanced all the audio correctly, because I wanted to have the game slightly lower than my music, which I turned off the game's music. I thought it might get repetitive, so I'm throwing in my own music instead. Which anyone who has watched anything that not anything that I've done previously, because my Minecraft stuff, I haven't been playing this, but anybody who's watched some of my more recent stuff would recognize as my playlist. And that is 10 villagers. Wheat value. Yeah, the villagers aren't too bad. Yeah. The best part, though, is that I haven't even gotten to, like, the good part of the game. Yep, one of those. Which is actually, you know, in most games, kind of the tiring part, which is prestige, or as they call it here, sacrifice. It's no real story here, but from what I can tell, we're sacrificing crops to a big mouth. Yep, that's about it. And of course, I'm not explaining everything, but like, here, damage, attack speed, that's attack area. Anything marked like this is going to be spawn chance. Anything marked like this is going to be that. This is going to be value when it's this coin. This is crops per spawn interval and decreased spawn interval. So I'm just going to be getting more crops. Or grass. Villager damage, attack speed. And, from what I saw of this game, I did not see that there was that buy cheapest node thing here. So that's fun. Oh, I've been forgetting about my Berserk mode again. Yeah. They're a little army. I have an army of angry villagers. But anyway, the more I put upgrades in over here, the more that sacrifice bar charges up and I get those gems. And for this, for now, I can only get 3 per sacrifice. Which, for right now, will go a long way. Let's see. Yeah, now these villagers are actually putting in some good work. That's fully maxed out villagers. I think I might go 712 for that that value node. And then value node again. $712 again. Okay, maximum value, so now just send it into the buy cheapest node option. Now we're moving. Basically using a lawnmower now. Something I've noticed is that basically if you go hard in any direction, you just... you know, you end up with a lot. Any direction you go. But usually the easiest is to go for that this ability down here as well as this, and then go this way, because this stuff and this stuff tends to be cheaper. And now my berserk is nearly lasting the whole time. Almost done. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is up in the corner there. All I know is he is just munching down on my stuff. Okay. Yay! First blood, sacrifice for the first time. So, since I've seen stuff about this, I know that I want to go for the bow and I want to go for garlic. You'll see why in a second. I think I will go for Solar Drift. And that is all 3 there. If you'll look, now I can choose which crop. So wheat is 20 health and 1 coin, but garlic is 30 health and 5 coin. But the villagers are actually attached to the wheat. And then obviously the bow and the sunburn. And we're stuck with this for right now. But, like, already, the garlic is earning me a lot more money. Oh. You know, I saw that this, yeah. The other time I saw this being played, I saw that this was a bug. But basically, all the sunspots spawn in the same place every time. Anyway, the bats just circle my cursor, and you can just kind of drag them around and do a ton of damage. So they're actually really good, which is why I wanted to go for them. There we go. And those sunspots help with getting the first bats. But anyway, they will actually be there in those spots permanently for the rest of the game. No way to move them. I mean, you might be able to, like, restart the game or something. But, as far as I know, they're kind of stuck there. Ooh, Sigma Slide. Anyway, how the bats work is every time you destroy a garlic, it will spawn a bat on your cursor. And that is it. So obviously there are a few balancing issues. And you know what? Because they're really cheap, and I don't know why. The upgrades for the sunspots. Oh. And let's go for... yeah. And this... oh, yeah. The ability. It fires extra spectral arrows for 3 seconds. And this is more range damage. I forgot. I keep forgetting about the ability. The ability is, you know, also important. This is also, like... still 3 times game speed, which is crazy. Anyway, also crazy that the garlic just allows me to clear everything. Even though the garlic has more health than other crops. Also good for clearing grass, because you can just... grass has, like, no health, so you can just swipe by. More money, more golden garlic chance, more money, decreased spawn interval. And I am now activating the ability every time. Unlike last time. There we go. And this is bow attack speed and bow pierce. And this is damage and rotation speed of the bats. So yeah, obviously this one gets a little bit out of hand, a little bit fast. Because garlic is pretty high value, and comes with one of the best powers. So... And this is Spectral Arrow's duration. This is extra Spectral Arrows, so... Yep, we can just... Yep. Uh-huh. Literally fire a barrage. And clear the entire map. Which is why I like the arrows. And done. On to the next one. Stats by 25%. Bats or... You know what? We'll take the... Yeah. We'll take that. Yeah. Increase stats on the sword. I'm gonna unlock mushrooms because I will need them later. Oh! You're a cheeky motherfucker. That is really interesting. So that's the king. Gotcha. And if you use an item a couple times in a row, I'm assuming is what that is, using items multiple times in a row. The king gets angry with you. But it actually doesn't matter. Unless he starts increasing garlic health by, like, an insane amount, then it will actually matter. We'll get bats. Get more sunspots. Where is my... Oh. I was wondering where my music went. Of course I wasn't looping it. I would just like to speak. I wasn't looping my music, so it just stopped. And now the sun is everywhere. Which, honestly, pretty powerful. Even though they don't move. Upgrade the sun DPS. Finally, it comes in handy. But only because the suns are moving. A little bit of that. think I might increase my bat damage, because it's really disappointing to get these ones with, like, no garlic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 2 garlic? There we go, 15. I think just more garlic, so that the suns are more likely... Yeah, the sunburn's more likely to hit them. Jeez, they are tough. I'm actually upgrading my damage out of necessity. So I imagine the more times in a row that I use garlic, the more that it'll be like, oh, I don't like your garlic. And the king will start increasing the health a lot more. Yeah, it's still just plus 50%. Doesn't seem like it, though. Got 9. What is happening here? You know, the sword is a lot better early game, but I feel like the bow is just the absolutely magical bow spray that I get when I fully upgrade the bow is it's gotta be worth it. I'm gonna go for extra spectral arrows. I've been forgetting to use my ability. It's like I'm actually just like a caricature of myself sometimes, to be honest. Once again, I've not been using a crucial part of the game and just been struggling because of it. No way. Who would have thought that your ability actually did something? There we go. And just... Yep. I still am at 3 times game speed. game really is like a slow burn, just up until it really gets going. And then all of a sudden you're just playing it, you know? I love the art of saying everything and nothing at the same time. Wasn't that upgrade 700 the first time I played? This one down here? I don't remember it being 400. And then we go for more arrows. Okay, I do really want to see if he continues to debuff garlic if I keep trying to use it. Almost. There we go. And I forgot how much I need for the modern farm. I need to spend... Yeah. I need to spend 4 more over here. Does he continue to... see? Yeah. He continues to debuff it. And I'm not gonna go for mushroom yet, even though it looks a lot more valuable. It's a lot harder to... You know what? Maybe I will go for mushroom. And then I'll go for sword. And then I will go for that once again. Sword, sunburn, mushroom. Mushrooms are an interesting crop. Yeah, that 25% stat boost on the sword. Holy crap, that is a lot. And that. Yeah. The ability on the mushrooms is a drug trip. So yeah. 100% crop yield for the first 3 seconds. Which... eventually I'll be able to take advantage of, but I just straight up do not have the damage right now. But the upgrades on the mushrooms actually get really crazy, because trip duration, all crops are golden, trip duration, all crops respawn instantly. That's some pretty powerful buffs. Let's just go one more round. Just one more round. One more round couldn't hurt. What was I doing? I kind of want to increase my sword damage to take advantage of the mushrooms. But, no, not the mushrooms. The, extra yield for the first 3 seconds, but at the same time... Yeah, duration. At the same time... If I just had more mushrooms, I would probably get more than if I actually tried to take advantage of that. And golden mushrooms. Mushroom coin value once again. And notice it says mushroom coin value. That'll come in later. Just watch. I mean, I guess if you're here, then you've probably been watching this whole time. So thank you, I guess. That's a fantastic song. Thank goodness. YouTube just had putting on the Ritz just in their audio library for people to use. Yeah. Yeah, more mushroom density just means, for me, just means more money because I'm using the sword. It's a lot harder to focus your damage if you're using the bow. So, the sword's good in that way. And you know what? I guess my sons might benefit from a damage increase. More money. More golden chance. Gonna be golden. I don't actually know how many mushrooms, golden mushrooms, are worth. Probably something I should find out, but I don't. Let's increase that duration. Oh, and you can increase the bonus? Oh my gosh. It's a lot of mushroom. Now we're cooking with gas. 200 mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms are interesting because they're not... They don't buff like, the amount of stuff. All they buff is like cash, basically. And now we can unlock the modern farm. I'm assuming garlic is back to normal. Garlic is back to normal. So the more you use crops in a row, the lower he brings that. So I think I will go for sword and unlock the modern farm. And that was all of my stuff. So we can switch to the modern farm, which can have 2 crops and 2 skills, of which I have 1. What? No, I need 2 skills to... Oh my god. I need 2 skills to even enter the modern farm. unbelievable. Which I will just have to unlock the spear skill. Which thankfully only costs, I'm just out in the field. I will need to unlock the spear skill, which thankfully is just 1 gem. So I will only need to sacrifice a small amount into this one. And anyway, if you noticed, I actually gain the ability to unlock new skills, new crops, new weapons. So I shouldn't have the issue that I was having with the garlic, because I should be able to just keep swapping out crops. Yeah, and this is another reason why wheat is just not the best crop. It's because it's low health and low value, which makes it not ideal for the incredible weapons that these things turn into when you upgrade them. Yeah. I definitely need to get my spawn rate and spawn amount up. Yeah, only 90 for that. And now we're gonna be spawning more finally. Yeah, obviously the utility of having the farmers is not that bad. But in the grand scheme of things, having a crop that is worth 1 gold per is not that good. Don't even have enough for 1 sacrifice yet. There we go. Finally! We go in here, we get the spear shot, then we can go to the medieval farm, garlic and mushrooms and sword and sunburn and spear shot. Done. And you'll see I can actually get 5 gems now with the modern farm, which is pretty good. And of course, garlic is worth a ton. Oh my gosh, that upgrade for garlic. Look at the bats go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, right now I just need to spawn more garlic. I'm just wielding a lawnmower at this point. And all of these upgrades are kind of as we've seen them before. But once we get down the tree, you'll see up here more stuff. I'll have to show you in just a second. Yep, I get to unlock mushrooms down there. So I can finally have a second crop. And here's the spears up here. They spawn spears. This is extra spawn interval. This is extra damage. This is extra spears per spawn. And so you'll see them flying across every so often. And now we're just earning an insane amount of money, so. I definitely need to, and then once you unlock the mushrooms, I was gonna say, I definitely need to get into more spawn rate. Once you unlock the mushrooms, you will unlock their, boost. Get that duration up, and loads of money. And of course, mushroom are technically worth more than garlic, but at the current moment, garlic's actually earning me more money just because I've invested more into the garlic value. And, you know, it's a fun way to strategize by, like, saying, oh, I probably want to put something other than mushrooms first because they're higher health. They are more value, but they're higher health. And their ability doesn't get really good until until you can actually defeat things within 3 seconds. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the sword. Hold on. I'm sorry, Migustutu. You gotta hear this. When the Berserk is active, there's just this... What an incredible noise. Yeah, and that's another reason I like the mushroom, is just that it's basically a way to get a second path for added value. Because once I'm this powerful, I don't need... You know, I don't need more power in the way of another ability. I will need to eventually go for potato. Oh yeah, potatoes is chain. And corn pops. Again, I think I'm gonna go for the bow, possibly mushrooms. Let's go potato, because I think potato's got good value. 50 health and 15. Yeah, potato's very valuable. And let's do that. And then obviously a mushroom again. It's gonna increase mushroom health, but who cares? Why are mushrooms spawning first? I thought I selected potato. I could have sworn I selected potato as the first thing. Does it automatically... I thought I selected potato as my first ability. I must have accidentally selected... No, I definitely selected potato as my first one. Weird. Weird. Well, anyway. Because of this sword, I'm not having too much issue with increased mushroom health. You know, this is kind of based on... It's interesting that this is kind of mirroring real life, where crop rotation is something you should do, where when you plant something, you know, in the same place that you planted it last year, it affects the crop, because you're basically planting it in soil that has been depleted of all that, you know, it needs to grow. I think if I increase this duration here, I'm gonna get a lot more. Let's see if we can make this easier by just clicking this a bunch of times. Maybe it, you know, make sure you can't get around this debuff by putting anything that's debuffed in the first slot, no matter what you actually choose. That would be smart. How long have I been recording? An hour. Fun. Okay, there we go. Now we should have incredible value for the first 8 seconds of my harvest. And then the potatoes have chain lightning, which is every 8 potatoes zaps 3 crops. This is zap damage. This is chain length. This is decreased potatoes required for zaps. So that's fun. And of course, potatoes are really valuable. 15 bucks per potato. So not a crop to sleep on. And nearly maxed my potato value. So my potatoes should be outperforming my mushrooms at this point, because they just intrinsically have 1.5 times their value. There we go. 5 potatoes per chain, 6 chain length, tons of zap damage. We'll see what that does. That's some pretty intense zapping. And that's a full thing, but I'm gonna... Woo! Just run one like that, just for fun. Okay, sacrifice. Now, you know what I could go for? I could go for garlic, then wheat, even though it doesn't have a lot of value. Or I could go for wheat and corn. You know what? Let's go for corn, which is hella value, and wheat, just so I don't get any debuffs. And spear shot and sunburn. Oh, I was gonna go for sunburn and spear shot, and of course it puts wheat first. Great. So it seems that it puts the less valuable crop first. In that case, I might just cheat the system and once again do garlic and mushroom. No! Mushroom still has debuffs! Ah. Fine then. Potato and corn. No debuffs on those. And it should have put potato first, no matter what I chose there. Which, I don't know why it does work like that, but it does work like that, so I don't know. Do I want potato chain lightning right now? Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna get like only one chain per run, basically, until I get more potato spawns. So we'll get it. Nice. I zapped one piece of grass. Thank goodness, that one grass was really getting out of hand. I don't know what I would have done if not for that potato just annihilating that one single strand of grass. Thank goodness the potato could swoop in and annihilate that grass. Anyway, it also looks like you can only have one debuff active at a time. I've noticed that. So because it didn't debuff the potato when I selected it. The potato is still normal. So I wonder if you can only have one debuff active, and if it might debuff the potato, but not the corn this time? And then I can hope and pray that it doesn't debuff the mushroom. Well, that it takes the debuffs away from the mushroom. Is this still 3 times speed? Potato value. You know what? Maybe let's try this again. Nope. I was gonna say maybe just spamming cheapest upgrade might make life a little bit easier. It in fact did not. I'm in no more of a better position now than I was. Need more potatoes. You know, I did not realize that this game was kind of boring as hell. It's interesting how they managed to make a game with prestige, yet you still feel like you're grinding through the early game every single time. Even with this, like, super powered sword that I have. I still feel like I'm, like, struggling through the early game. See if this chain lightning can help. Let's see if we can annihilate a single blade of grass. $21 damage. That wouldn't even kill a single potato. $23 damage. Every 5 potato destroyed. Am I... It's like, okay. It's at that point where it's like, I'm not even sure why I wouldn't just, like, choose garlic and mushroom again. Other than, like, the upgrades get more expensive as you go out, you know? But even then, I have a whole nother, like, power here. 25% chance to explode. Corn does. Except I don't need the extra power. What I should really be working towards is the spawn interval and crops per spawn. Just so I can get more potatoes on the board. Because at this point in time, I'm not spawning enough potatoes. Like, I can see that I now actually do need some more power. This is explosion damage. This is explosion chance. Okay. Because, like, I am actually spawning some pretty high health plants, and I'm spawning them relatively fast. More than a 50% chance to explode. I bet I get down here, and that will eventually become 100% chance. Yep, there's the 100% chance. I think that's a little broken. That value right there, because I don't think it's 7 damage. And now my corn's actually earning me money. Nice. Wow. Still earning a lot more corn than, well, potatoes than I am corn. And I think potatoes are still earning me more money overall. Nope, corn is, at this point, more valuable than potato. It's interesting that it puts the less value, I think that's how it's working, is it's putting the less valuable crop in your first, like, slot, which kind of de-incentivizes people from using anything from the previous thing unless it's really powerful. Like the only reason I would have been using the wheat there is because I could get the villagers, but then I would start with a valuable crop that would kick off the early game, really well, and I'm just not getting that because I can't order them how I want to. So we're gonna go for Golden Trip and Spores, and we are going to have the most powerful run that I have ever had. You know what? Let's try putting Mushroom first. See if it actually does anything. Because if this spawns Mushroom, I'm calling bullshit. Okay. No bullshit here. Good. A little bit of that. Because I think garlic and mushroom are like the perfect balance of value to health. I mean, at least for this weapon. Once again, I've seen this game a little bit before, and I don't prefer the gun, which would, at this point, be way too expensive. See, like, why is it that the garlic's early game is one of the best? You saw how the potato did. And maybe, you know what, maybe it is that I just haven't put as much into potato. 50% chance to fork. The corn pops might gain a yield multiplier. Corn has a chance to pop at 50% health, so maybe that's why. It's just that I have all of the upgrades for garlic, which admittedly is 1. The upgrades for garlic is just 1. And there's the mushroom ability doing the Lord's work. Oh my gosh. Yep. Yeah, I do actually have an issue with the way they structured how you are forced to buy plants. Well, select your plants. Because next time, I won't be able to do mushroom garlic. Even though mushroom is one of the coolest, in my opinion, and most unique abilities that I've seen so far. Because it's not just a damage ability. Unlike every single other crop that I've seen. Ta-da! Thousands of dollars. For what? So I can get chances to fork? You know what? Maybe I will go for these two. And do one more with garlic and mushroom. Yes, it can only affect 1, which means that I get the low health of the garlic. Well, the lower health of the garlic with the ability of the mushroom, which it doesn't matter at that point how much health the mushroom has. I wonder if it just basically locks to the highest value. No, because I used the mushroom. What does it have against the mushroom? Because both times that I've used 2 crops, it's debuffed the mushroom specifically. Interesting. I keep trying to use my ability, but you know what? It's good that I remember that it exists. Okay, yep, and the bat's cleared up. Yep. And once again, garlic, an incredible combination of early value and a powerful early ability. And like, maybe the strategy is actually to, you know, go for one of these really powerful ones, and then one of the less powerful other ones, but that, I don't know. Maybe make it so the higher up ones are actually more powerful? Because it's dumb that those ones up there just feel worse. Even though they shouldn't be. The abilities of the later crops should absolutely be better, but literally nothing is beating the mushroom. Just because of its ability. And because I need to use the mushroom, I can't use any other crop. Like, garlic is the only thing less valuable than a mushroom that has the incredible early game ability. Anyway. I was tempted to say I digress, but like, I don't actually know what that phrase means. I don't know what digressing means. Does anyone know what it means to digress? You know what? Can I... No, not that one. Ah! I opened the wrong application! Okay. Let's just set that to 0 and get that out of here, and... Ah, so much better. And let's see if it debuffed garlic or mushroom again. Yeah, you know what? I don't care about mushroom spawn rate. Maybe we get the guns. Agrivore 47. Oh, so these are all different guns. You know what? I'm just gonna see what it does. And if it's bad... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, this is fun! This is fucking loads of fun. Never mind. Oh my god. I've never had more fun. Oh my gosh. Who knew? just give him a gun, and all of a sudden you're having fun. It also could be that this is technically the upgraded version, so this is supposed to be better than the shotgun. I'm not even gonna look at the shotgun. Because, again, I've seen it. I know what the shotgun can do, and I don't like it. It's pretty good, all things considered. Gun noises. Okay. And then if we up the bat damage, I should just be mowing the grass. Basically. Yep, there we go. There we go. Mowing the grass. Yep. Yep. Increase that time. Yep. Yep. Increase that trip duration. Yep. I don't even need the mushrooms. And then, do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Unlock the mirroring guns, I think. Oh, damage, attack speed. Yeah. Oh, yep, for 3 seconds, for like a fraction of the time, there was a second gun. Oh, right. Yep, and... okay. Done. Pretty good. Did we debuff garlic yet? Nope, just mushrooms again. No jet! Fine. Fine. We'll use a different crop. But I'm still using the gun. You can't stop me. And I'm still using garlic. Anyway. Yep, there's all the garlic. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to me, the way they have this set up. Oh, just one value, I guess. There's all the spawning. I do need to increase bat damage. 7. Surely. You know, and I do get the want for like someone to not go for the same strategy every single time. But like you could do that by making it feel like that's, you know, not the best, not like literally the best thing to go for every single time. You should make it feel like the person wants to go for different strategies rather than forcing them to go for different strategies. I don't know. Do one of those. I don't know why I'm taking so much issue to that, but... Ah! I get it. The explosions give 1.3 times value. I have no idea. Could make the explosions more likely to happen. I do like the increased value. It only goes to 1.3 though. That does not feel the best. Let's get spawn rate. Oh! Nope, it goes past 1.3. I'm mistaken. Ah. Okay, okay. I see the merit of the corn. A second crop with value increase. Thank goodness. Okay, okay. So the value of everything just slowly goes up as the thing continues. Okay, done. What do we want now? Please don't say you debuff garlic. Of course you debuff garlic. But we can go for like mushroom and corn. For like a mega value run. And of course it's going to debuff mushroom as we know. Do we unlock Crop Storm? You know what? Maybe we go for Crop Storm and then go for Potato Corn. Just because I think Crop Storm is going to be a lot of damage. There you are. Oh yeah, so... I do believe that the Crop Storm is quite a bit of damage. Yep, I don't think the health of the plant matters too much anymore. I actually do hope it doesn't debuff corn. Actually, I could still go for a corn mushroom run even if it debuffs corn. Oh, and I can press space to end harvest early. I didn't even realize that. So I can just... Okay. Okay, this will make things a lot faster. Yeah, that crop storm, though. Pretty good. Go for more potato spawns. More potato value. I kind of zoned out for a second there. Or maybe zoned in. I was in the zone, to be honest. Which I guess is not here, so I guess I was zoned out. Can I get a second? I can get a second crop storm. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Almost there. Let's get that extra corn value. Let's get 100% of adding value when destroying the corn. And profit. Done. What are even the upgrades for this? Duration, crit chance, attack speed, range damage. Let's just see. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And one full run is 1,000,000. Okay. And corn is not debuffed. And neither is mushroom. So I think we're in for a good time. I have 6. I need to spend 4. I can unlock a space farm, which does mean I can go for garlic as well. Oh boy. I do think it would be smart to unlock these just in case. Space farm has 3 crops, 2 skills. Good. Good. I got another achievement for that, so that's pretty cool. We could go for the drones. Oh yeah, drones drop bombs. So I think I'm gonna go spear shot and then farming drone. And then we're gonna go garlic, mushroom, and corn. And the crop storm, because the crop storm, like, literally feels like cheating. Okay, yep, I'm in space. I mean, I don't even necessarily need the garlic, per se. I could have gone for, like, potatoes. Even though, you know, potatoes are most likely debuffed at this point. Let's go for this. Just so we can end the round faster. There we go. I don't know why when the garlic's on the coin, it looks like a little house. You see that? And right here. All I know about the drones is they sometimes drop bombs. Okay. I don't really need the duration, come to think of it. I would like corn, though. And I would like a guaranteed explosion. Let's just do a little bit of this. Okay, and do a little bit of this. Let's make sure that corn is guaranteed to explode. And let's get a bunch more of it. And now, if I do a large run here, why is the corn... There's my multiplier! Oh, wow. That's the bottom. Kind of close to the end. You know. Oh, corn cannot trigger at the same time as mushrooms. That is good to know. Yep, this is... definitely feels like a drug trip. Let's get those 7 gems and let's get out of here. Starfruit. Bounces once on impact and deals... Elastic star... So it shoots out, okay. Consumes speed? What? And, of course, that stuff, which I don't care about. Starfruit, Bouncing Star. 3, 2. Could do that. And then just... It did debuff the mushrooms. So we can go corn, starfruit, dark matter. Guys, I'm growing dark matter. And I guess farming drone and spear shot. Head down here. That. I don't like the sound of... I don't like the drone's noises. There we go. We're already getting multipliers from the corn. Yep, that is... Yep. Pretty decent multiplier. I bet it'll be even better once it's guaranteed. Yep. Yeah, corn's a great crop for just kind of like a one-hit wonder. Yeah. Chance for an explosive bomb, fertility bomb, gravity bomb, and 1% chance for a nuke. So... Oh, interesting. There's a buy max. So explosive obviously explodes and deals damage. Fertility makes things grow. Gravity bomb pulls things in. And the nuke, I don't have to explain. Yeah, I'm not even going to be able to see what the starfruit is doing because of the corn. I think it probably just debuffs the one that earns you the most money. If I had to guess. Star damage. Star interval. Yeah. 3 second. A star fruit falls from the sky, deals 300 damage to surrounding, and spawns a star fruit. Interesting. And every couple of seconds, dark matter consumes nearby crops, getting +1 yield multiplier per consumed crop. Okay. So how much is that dark matter worth? Not as much as the corn. Interesting. My dark matter is worth less than the corn. Jeez, those upgrades got expensive fast. Blurp, blurp. Blip. You know what? Do we have it yet? Nope. We've barely made a 10. How much is the dark matter even worth? Doesn't tell me. Interesting. How, like, this is happening less fast than the mushrooms did. The mushrooms literally went faster. It should not be a harder grind with the better crops. I mean, maybe they're not better yet. Maybe it's... Oh. Okay, interesting. Can this be over yet? Can I go back to my mushrooms? Can I go back to the probably a drug trip? Okay. Okay. Oh. So if we just leave the dark matter to its devices, it does cool stuff? Okay. Let's see what was debuffed. Don't be corn. Wasn't corn. It was starfruit, and I'm not going back to starfruit. Okay. And there's no reason to get any of that stuff, so I think we're gonna go for that and that. Just because once we do go back to starfruit, I want them to be very valuable. And I don't like the farming drone. I'm gonna go for tractor. And create, and don't know why it puts me over there. And that should be enough drug trip for my purposes. Like, you just cannot beat the mushroom. Like, in every metric, it's just the best plant. What does this say again? Speed and radius. Yeah. So we just want it to be left to its own devices. Actually, I honestly just want more as well. Yep. Because it is now technically just harvesting my crops for me. I feel like the dark matter is a lot more expensive than the other crops. Okay. I don't know why some of them are really dark either. Yeah, I get a lot more of everything when I just don't let the dark matter do anything. Interesting. Anyway, sacrificing. Three, 3, 3, that would be 9. And I can't get that. Wonderful. Per 1 second? Oh my gosh. I might go for the greenhouse. Okay. Obviously mushroom's gonna be debuffed. Because why wouldn't it be? We go for garlic. We go for corn. And then we go for starfruit. We go for the crop storm. I'm gonna go for greenhouse. And then spear shot. Okay. Okay. I think the greenhouses are gonna be my best friends here. I keep forgetting that it's spacebar, not escape. Oh, right. Oh, I can shift click. Oh my gosh. That's so much better. I wonder if I can shift click this. I could have been shift clicking this whole time? Yeah, because I have all those. And still, this one is not... I wonder if getting the corn value up... I'm not even completing sentences anymore, if anyone didn't notice. I'm staring off into space, not even completing sentences. Who am I, really? I am Iron Man. You know, I think really the strategy here would be to not be filling up the whole bar. Because I don't need the full bar. Because that last gem is, like, the worst. But it's only the last gem. Because the first, like, 90% of them goes by in a snap of my finger. My singular finger. And we will try the laser. Corn, yep, corn is debuffed. We can go garlic mushrooms and starfruit once again. Well, maybe potatoes. And then we can once again go greenhouse and spear shot. And let's see what the Gemini cannons do. Oh my god. What do you... Oh! Okay then. Yeah, just... You do your thing. Lasers pull nearby crops towards them. Okay. Yep. You know, for a second there, I really didn't know how we could go up from the, like, literal gun storm that we had going on, but... It sounds like I'm buying upgrades in, like, reverse. I really do not need that last one. Because, like, that... Really all I should be going for here is the, like, middle 5. Because the first one isn't that fast, but after that is... let's do that. We already have those. All I need is 12 more. All my crops are upgraded. Mushroom? Yep. Of course it's mushroom. Let's go potato, corn, and starfruit. And Gemini cannons once again. So, I think, based on what those upgrades were saying, this unupgraded is, just one laser down the middle. And then the first upgrade adds the side ones. And then the second upgrade adds the diagonals. Okay. Ooh. That was very interesting for the things to do that. The spears. Anyway. You know, if y'all wanted to fall asleep at this part, you definitely could. I will admit I'm probably closer to falling asleep than most of you. It is 3:30 a.m. Yeah, this is another one of those things where I don't need anything like this. I don't need the zaps. And I don't need them strictly because... Why am I not seeing any increase in my gain multiplier? What's going on with that? Some of this corn ought to be exploding. And it's not giving me my multiplier. You know what? Mushroom, corn, starfruit. Thank goodness. Starfruit has been debuffed. What's the castle? Oh, fun. Yep. Yep. You know, I really think it's the, like, gold and crops regrow instantly piece of the mushroom that just makes them the most powerful crop. Okay, that whole path. And then these guys, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Yep. And then this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, this, and 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 this. Okay. Like, look at this. The mushroom just... I'm going... so much faster. I cannot even be bothered to get the last one. What's going on here, bud? That didn't go down. And mushroom is debuffed. You know what? We're gonna go back to the medieval farm. And, we're gonna grow some garlic with the Gemini cannons. You remember when those medieval people were using advanced laser mechanisms to farm their crops. Oh! Oh my gosh, the bats with the gravity laser? I didn't even think of that. And duration, and there's the radius. It's perfect. Let's get that. Those last radius upgrades. And sacrifice. It's still at 12. Wow. Wow. That definitely was broken. Y'all saw that. 8. Space farm with mushroom, corn, and starfruit. With the Gemini cannons, the greenhouse. Let's do some stardust. What is the harvest interval versus crops per second? Is that like they make a certain amount of crops per second and the interval is just the amount of times they harvest? Yep. Yep. And now it's time to see what Stardust does for the first time. I swear I've not even seen it. Multiplying their yield by 10 times? And that's increased chance. That's increased multiplier. Why didn't I unlock Stardust earlier? 50% chance to respawn after harvest with 25 of their max health. Oh my gosh, Stardust is incredible. I should have looked at Stardust sooner. Because it's just more money. I mean, more crops technically, but more money. I can't wait for mushrooms to be debuffed again. Because the game knows for a fact they're too powerful. Mushrooms debuffed. Yep. Oh, you don't feel like eating mushrooms today? Well, you're gonna eat them and you're gonna like them. 4 and 4. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. But it's not supposed to be doing that. Gemini cannons. Greenhouse. Stardust. Go this way. I have not seen any crops covered in Stardust yet. Are we seeing any? Because I'm not. What? That was not right. Well, doesn't matter. It's time to activate Drug Trip. Yeah, some of them are glowing the slightest bit brighter. And I can't help but think that might have something to do with the Stardust. But I guess we'll never know, because I'm not looking into it, ever. Everything is just going to be as it is. You know, it does only attract crops, so it's probably advantageous to just sweep a couple of those out of the way. Please let me into hell. Woo! Congrats! Game's fucking broken. Okay, this is even funnier. So, I've just... The game crashed when I tried to close it. What did I install? Okay, so I figured it out. So it turns out, I don't know if this was actually a bug that I was supposed to be able to, like, unlock this with these, but I just earned more gems and unlocked it like that. No, not that one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yeah, I honestly have no idea. Why do I have sin? Why can I just use sin now? Okay. This is very interesting. Generate a skill tree with all farms. Oh. Oh. I could do this right now. I bet I could do this right now. I'm now attacking the king, though. Interesting strategy. Oh, and I'm sending it directly to the center. Wait. Hold on. Huh. So, there's an achievement that says defeat the Hell King. And this guy is clearly got to be the Hell King. So that means I've been feeding the Hell King this whole time. Okay, and up this Stardust here. Yep, and this does seem to be a really easy way to earn gems. Okay. Okay, so it seems harvesting does actually increase the amount of damage that I'm doing. Interesting. Interesting. Sacrifice for 12. And now I can select a sin. Above 50%. Equipment stats are increased by 100%. But when below, my equipment's reduced by 50%. Oh, interesting. Greed sounds fun. Lust, interesting. Okay, envy is just overpowered. Gluttony is... yeah. Wrath. Yeah, we're gonna go for envy. Because it's still gonna be one crop type. Interesting. You can see my sin underneath the buy cheapest node option. Okay, and... perfect. Now! Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I assume higher value items are going to deal more damage. So let's sacrifice again. Let's buy the final 3 sins. I mean, we can try dark matter. I don't really like dark matter. Gonna go for the greenhouse, and then... no. 0.1 per harvested crop. See, that's 2.5 times. So 1.25 technically. And then that's... increased by 250%. So that's 3. So that's 1.75. Damage is increased, but speed is reduced. You know what? Sure, sloth. Reduced by 80%. So divide... Wait, sloth is just... Sloth is dumb. Because it's the same... There's no benefit. It's times 5, then divided by 5. Well, you know what? Try the bow. Let's try the bow. Okay. Dark matter is a bad idea for the bow. If I could just, like, get a footing by harvesting 1 dark matter. Okay, no. Nope. No. Nope. I think the crop storm might be my next best guess. Next best bet. Because he can at least do that, and it has a very concentrated attack amount. We'll see. Yeah, it's doing a decent amount of damage. Holy crap. I'm gonna not aim for him. Because those things seem to be doing a substantial amount of damage. Oh, okay. Just bam. Defeat the Hell King. Continue to harvest? Don't have to tell me twice. Let me tell you a thing or two about harvesting. I can do it. Just like this. Ta-da! 10 million for defeating the God King. Okay. You know what? I'm glad that it, even though I'm pretty sure it was broken there. There was a way to win. So anyway. You know. Hold on, let me... No, it's not this one. There we go. So, anyway, I'm glad I was able to complete that. I did 100% the game, which is fun. If y'all are still here, which you probably aren't, you're probably asleep. I should be asleep. It's 4 a.m. for me. But anyway, if you are still here and you did like it, maybe throw me a like. If you want to see more, maybe throw me a subscribe. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will have a great rest of mine. Oh my gosh, I need to drink some water.